Peace. What's the word? What's happening, everybody? Give everybody a chance to tap in with the kid before we start building on the subject matter for the day. Hopefully, y'all got about 45 minutes or so to chop it up with the kid. We're not going to hold y'all too long on this Sunday. Hopefully, y'all having a good Sunday thus far. Had a great weekend. All that good stuff, man. Y'all stay healthy, stay peaceful, centered, balanced. Getting that mind in check, getting that mind in order. But what's the word, man? Let me know how y'all feeling. Let me know how y'all living on this wonderful Sunday. Y'all see the subject matter, man. We dealing with some inspiration and motivation today. The world is yours, man. So it's time for you to start acting like it and whatnot. So that's what we dealing with, man. We motivating the people because I feel like just sense that people need some motivation and inspiration right now. So that's what I'm gonna get on here and provide. Montel, Big Smooth, peace, what's happening? Sun God, Speech Queen, what's happening? What's the word? Magic, peace, what's happening? Eugene, peace, what's the word? What's happening? How everybody living? How everybody feeling? I sense y'all need some inspiration, man. So here we are. We're gonna tap in and give y'all the inspiration that y'all need. World is yours. What y'all gonna do with that information? You know, what type of reality y'all gonna create for yourselves? What type of world will y'all create for yourselves? Universe is your canvas, man. Tammy, peace, what's happening? Airview, peace. Lindell, peace. Our son got us for sure. For sure. Right on time. Montel, for sure. There we go. We all good. Definitely can't complain. Complaining don't do anything but make matters worse, you know. We always expressing gratitude. You know, that's underrated. RG, peace, what's happening? What's happening? DB, peace, peace for sure. Appreciate you. Appreciate you tapping in. Airview, you already know. World is yours. You already know who inspired that or inspired this. You already know. Shout out to Nas. You know what I'm saying? But again, gratitude. Always express gratitude. Before you think to complain, gratitude. Things could always be much worse. You know what I'm saying? But we like to settle, as I always talk about. We like to settle on the poor part. We like to settle on the negative part. Stop doing that. Stop doing it. Things are not as bad as we make them seem. You know, again, that's perception. Perception creating the reality. You know, it's like our first instinct these days is to complain, seek out the negative. Nah, like the first thing you need to be doing, gratitude. Hey, I'm breathing, I'm awake. That's all I need. I'm breathing, I'm awake. You know what I'm saying? I'm functioning. I'm good. The red we can only you know what I'm saying? We only going up from here. I'm not about to focus on anything that's negative. I'm not going to focus on anything. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to focus on anything that will cause my health to decline. Why would I do that? You know, that those little small complaints that we do on a day-to-day basis, that adds up. You know, so you may be looking at it like that's small, man. I was complaining for 30 seconds, whatever the case may be, man. But those little small complaints, man, they add up and they eventually become detrimental to your health. So I'm good. I'm going to choose gratitude. I'm going to choose being thankful. You know, I'm going to choose the positive. I'm going to choose the healthy every time. That's the type of world that I'm striving to create for myself. You know, and then when it comes to choosing my environments, choosing people that I interact with, once again, we going to choose who's healthy. We going to choose the environment that's healthy. You know, we going to choose somebody that's positive. We going to choose an environment that's positive. That's what we going to do. Big Smooth for sure. Get your clean on, you know what I'm saying? But that's what we gonna do. That's the type of reality that I would like to create for myself. So that's what I'm doing. You know, I surround myself positive people. You know, I consume positive information. You know what I mean? Like I listen to positive music, you know, all those type of good things. Because again, that's the type of reality that I would like to create for myself, attract to myself, whatever phrase you want to utilize. So then when it comes to the thoughts, it's that much easier for me to gravitate towards something that's healthy as far as the thoughts. You know, a lot of us, man, we just conditioned to think in a negative way, man, that has a lot to do with how you program. Like I said, conditioning. So you got to ask yourself, man, why are you waking up? When you wake up in the morning, why is the first thing that you're thinking about something negative? It's programming, it's conditioning, it's suppressed emotions, unresolved conflicts, because you that shouldn't be the first thing on your mind. That shouldn't be the first thing. Hey, Chef, peace, what's happening? That should not be the first thing on your mind. Let me find something to complain about. If that's the first thing on your mind, then you doing something incorrectly. The moment that you awake, again, that wasn't a guarantee. Your circadian rhythm is functioning properly. You know, that internal clock is functioning properly. So it woke you up. Gratitude. Be thankful for the body for being all wise and intelligent enough to wake you up so that you have the opportunity to accomplish some things for yourself, to turn your life around. So be thankful for that. Be thankful that your body is functioning enough to wake you up. That internal clock said, all right, man, we about to wake you up. We about to get up. We got to get to it. The day we had yesterday, that's in the past. Let's make today better. Boom. Grateful. Gratitude. You focus on that. There's no need for me to bring myself down by thinking about some stuff that's just nonsense. Because that's a lot of those negative thoughts, those complaints, all of that. A lot of that be nonsense, man. Goldie, peace, what's happening? Miss Nia, peace, what's the word? What's happening? We a little too comfortable these days bringing ourselves down. Got to stop that. Got to stop being so comfortable tearing yourself down, man. You got to stop being comfortable with being self-destructive. It's not cool. It's not cool. You know, I got a book, Thoughts Are the Only Thoughts Are the Only Reality, something like that. I'm paraphrasing the title of the book, but it's something along those lines. Matter of fact, pull the book up. Instead of me going to find it, we're going to pull the book up so that y'all can go grab this particular book, man. But let me pull it up, give y'all the exact title. Let me see. Give me 1 second here. Pull up the book, man. We read so many books, man. We be getting titles all mixed up and whatnot. Probably can't even find this book because it was written by somebody within like the Nation of Islam. So y'all know how that go. Yep, look like we can't even find it. Yeah, it's all good. Once I find the book, man, y'all already know I'm gonna post it, but y'all need to get that book. You know, they tell you all the time, thoughts are things, thoughts are your only reality, all this good stuff, man. So again, a lot of times we think when it comes to manifesting, attraction, we think if we don't speak something out verbally, then it's all good. Nah, listen, if you thinking something that's negative, just because you didn't necessarily speak it out verbally doesn't mean that it won't you won't attract the negativity from that particular thought, man. Thoughts are just as powerful as the spoken word. You know, so if you thinking negative thoughts, that's enough for you to attract negativity in your life. It's just that simple. You know, thoughts are just as powerful. Just because you didn't verbally speak it doesn't mean that it will not find its way towards you. You thought it, that's enough. You thought it, that's enough. So you got to watch what you think. You know, we talk about be careful of the words that we speak. You know, death is in the power of the tongue, things like that. Man, death is in the power of the mind, fam. So you could be thinking destructive thoughts and you could be saying something else. Those thoughts can become more dominant though. You know what I'm saying? Because hey, we thinking more than we speak. Gotta be mindful that a lot of us think more than we speak. You know, those thoughts, man, they never stop. I don't know if y'all have tried, you know, to meditate and to silence that mind, but that mind is always going. That mind is always going, you know, so we are always thinking. Now, some of us, some of the thoughts that we entertain be trash, but we always think, we always thinking, and even when you sleep, the subconscious is working at that particular point. So now you having dreams. So this never stops. So again, you got to be mindful of the thoughts that you are thinking. You know, you got to be mindful of the seeds that you are planting in the mind. Because all of this is going to create and shape your reality. So again, if you don't want a destructive reality, you have got to stop consuming destructive content. You have got to stop thinking destructive thoughts. You have got to stop placing yourself around destructive people. Beast by Bless on out. Peace, what's happening? Quiz, peace, peace. For sure. What's happening? What's the word? Yeah, DB, man, I gotta find, man, I got the book. It's somewhere behind me. I just saw it. You know what I'm saying? But once I find the book, I'm gonna upload it. Y'all know how they go. Y'all know how they do it. You know, certain people write certain books. They get banned, can't find them on Amazon, all that type of good stuff, man. But I got a lot of copies of those books, man. So I'm definitely gonna share those books with the folks, with the people, man. So once I locate that book, The book that I'm talking about, I didn't share it, but this was probably like years ago, you know, probably about when I first started streaming on here, I probably brought that book up. So yeah, I'm gonna bring that book up, but it just lets you know the power of the mind, the power of the thought. You know, so again, I want y'all to analyze y'all thoughts for today. What was the quality of your thinking today? What were your most dominant thoughts for today? You know, I'm asking y'all personally right now. Up to this point today, what were the quality of y'all thoughts? What was y'all thinking about the most today? Up to this point right now. Go ahead and tap in with me. Let me know. Up to this point, what was the quality of your thinking like? You know, up to this point. It's 4:36 my time. You know, but up to this point today, since the moment you woke up, what was your thoughts like? What were the most dominant thoughts? Let me know. Talk to me. Talk to me. What were the most dominant thoughts up to this point today? Y'all let me know something. You know, we about to quiz y'all. We about to see if y'all putting these things into motion. Let me know. What was y'all thinking about the most today up to this point? What y'all got on y'all minds? Like, and I'm talking like seriously, what's on y'all minds? Let me know. Tap in. Quiz, you say building the empire. What steps we taking to build the empire? What steps we taking? We gonna elaborate on these thoughts. What steps we taking? What steps we taking for sure? Son got it. She say gym and sex for sure. Hey, what were you thinking about in regards to those particular topics? Zero, you say unnecessary confusion. What steps we taking to get rid of that? Beast by Bless Zone Now, you say dominant thoughts start my motivational YouTube channel and topics to talk about. When we getting started? Moni Peace, what's happening? What's the word? Hold up, I just missed somebody. A-Shep, you say not gonna lie, today's been simple homework. Hey, long as the homework getting completed, that ain't even simple. That's big. You know what I'm saying? That's big. You thinking about the homework, you completing the homework, you being productive, you being efficient. So that's big. That ain't small. That ain't light. That ain't lightweight. That's big. All right, Magic, there you go. You say my most dominant thoughts were focused on healing myself. I've been playing frequencies to help get my mind, body, and spirit right for sure. There we go. And everything gonna fall in alignment, you know, with healing yourself. But the first thing that you must do when you heal yourself, which you just tapped into, get that mind right. You know, you're not gonna heal any type of condition if you don't get your mind right. I don't care how healthy you eating. I don't care about any of that. If your mind ain't right, like I said, that's gonna tamper with everything else. So you got to get that mind right. You know, a lot of people, man, they start changing the way they eat and they start doing all these detoxes and these cleanses and whatnot, and be like, well, that didn't work. It's because your mind wasn't right. Your mind wasn't right. You got to get that mind right. You know, if you striving to heal yourself from any type of condition, if you striving to reverse any type of condition, the only way that that's going to work is if you first get your mind right. Once you get your mind right, then you can focus on all the other stuff that goes into reversing a condition or an ailment or a disease. But you first got to get that mind right. Nothing is going to get reversed unless you get that mind right. For real. Big Smooth, you say solution based. Got shit to fix and old house and it's piling up, but I just got a lot to learn about home ownership, hey, and how to maintain. There you go. Do the knowledge, as we say. Do the knowledge. Montel, what you say? People calling my name or just me? And quit with Quiz, what you say? Gaining knowledge of self, learning my weakness to strengthen them. There you go. And then on top of that, hey, you can strengthen those weaknesses and then you can build upon your strengths. You know what I'm saying? Don't take your strengths for granted. To the point where a lot of times we obsess over our weaknesses, then our strengths become our weaknesses. So you gotta learn to play to your strengths too. That's almost more important sometimes than focusing on the weaknesses. You know what I'm saying? To build them up. Like, nah, play to your strengths, fam. Play to those strengths. Dominate, you know? Goldie for sure. I got a book. I got a mega book. That author, I got this book, and I done brought this up a few times. But yeah, the As a Man Thinketh guy, James Allen. I got this book right here, Mind is Master. This book, it's like 1,200 pages. It's basically everything that he wrote. All the books that he wrote is in one book called Mind is the Master. But As a Man Thinketh is included in this particular book right here, for sure. So I definitely recommend that, man. It's like 1,200 pages, but it's everything that guy wrote. It's all included in one book. So I definitely recommend rocking with that. Every what you say, no cap, not liking people in or this society, man. I felt like I might have cried. Hey, and if that's what you're thinking about, you got to tend to those thoughts. You know, I deal with those thoughts quite frequently. You know what I'm saying? And like they say in meditation, you know, meditation is not about silencing the mind. Like, meditation is about letting thoughts flow. You know what I'm saying? And getting to the root of why you may feel a certain type of way. That's meditation. You know, so a lot of people think in order for them to meditate, they got to sit in silence and they can't think and stuff like that. You know, that ain't meditation. You know, when you meditating, listen, it's normal for thoughts and things like that to pop up. Good and bad, good and or bad. You know, so when I'm sitting around thinking or meditating, I may come across a thought like that, like, man, I can't stand people. So now let me get to the root of why I feel this way. You know what I'm saying? That's meditation. Getting to the root of why you feel a certain type of way. It don't get better than that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's true meditation. DB, nah, speak on the net. Listen, because like I said, even within the negative, it's a positive. So build on that. Let us know the negative. It ain't, man, listen. I'm using these terms so that people kind of understand what I'm saying. But at the end of the day, y'all that heard me build on, there's not a such thing as positive, negative, good, and bad. You know, it's our perception that creates that reality. So even a thought that you may think is negative, I guarantee you we can find a way to so-called make it positive. We can find a positive or a lesson in that particular thought. So then after you break it down, after you address it, it won't be negative because you would have extracted a lesson from that particular thought. So a thought that you thought was negative, it turned into a positive because you extracted a lesson from it. I do that all the time. Son God is what you say. Start my day one at the gym tomorrow and found a workout I want to do. Let's get it. What's the workout? Y'all already know. Hey, I'm trainer over here. So when I hear people talk about working out, y'all already know I need to know every detail. Let's get it. Let's get it. Go into the gym. When you're working out, you always want to have a plan. This is where people fail. They go into the gym, they don't have a plan, they don't have an idea of what they want to do. That's incorrect. Documentation is everything. You want to keep you a workout log. This is going to help you stay consistent and committed. You know, so hey, write down the amount of days you about to work out. On the days that you go and work out, write down your routines in advance. And then while you in there, you know, when you lifting weights, write down the weights that you using on a day-to-day basis. Hey, try to keep a good idea or a good log of what you are eating and how it's affecting your workouts, things like that. You know, that's how you remain committed and consistent. And that's how you continue to hit your gains and goals in the gym. So a lot of people just go in the gym doing whatever it is they feel like they want to do. That's incorrect, fam. That is big time incorrect. You know, I already know my workouts for the week right now. I already know what I'm doing. I got the amount of weight that I'm gonna lift. I got everything figured out. It's easy. All I got to do is go in there and do it. So that part is already out the way. It's almost like meal prep. You got to do the same thing with your workouts. When you go in the gym, you should already know the amount of weight you finna lift, the amount of reps and sets you about to do, the rest time. You should know all that. You should know all of that. All of that. That should already be known. Telling y'all. That's gonna help y'all, you know. So that's my health tip, fitness tip, gym tip for the day. Programming is crucial. Programming is crucial. I know what I'm doing. I done been on the program. I know what I'm doing for the next 5 weeks. as far as my workouts. Like I know what I'm doing for like the next 5-6 weeks, you know, and then after that is up, then I know what I'm doing again after that. So I know what I'm doing for like the next few months as far as my workouts, from the frequency to the rest days, all that type of good stuff. And then if life just so happens to hit me, I know how I'm going to adapt and adjust. So I already got this stuff mapped out. For real. That's the way that you must do it. Lindell, 100%. The bigger the risk, the bigger the reward. Beach by Bless on out. Man, you already know we tapped in. As soon as you started, I'm tapped in. I'm tapped all the way in. I'm tapped all the way in. Jeff, peace. What's happening? Magic for sure. And like I said, them negative thoughts really are not so bad once you dissect them and break them down, because you're going to find a lesson. So yeah, thought may feel as if it's negative, but what you're going to find out when you address these negative thoughts, they not so bad. They not as bad as you thought. So that's what I'm saying. A lot of times we run from them though, you know, but when you really dissect a so-called negative thought and break it down, you're going to realize that thought wasn't so bad in the first place, and you're going to extract a few lessons from it. And then it's going to turn into a positive. Like, well, dang, I thought this thought was bad, man, but I learned some things from this, man, after I broke it down and just dealt with it and faced it. For real. I don't run from any thought, you know? I don't run from any thought. I break them all down. Oh, Goldie, for sure. That'd be like a treat, man. Y'all know that. Y'all know that's my philosophy right there for sure. Need a piece. What's happening? Hey, for real. World is yours. What you gonna do with it? You know what I'm saying? Like if somebody, if like let's be for real, man. If somebody gave you the power to just create the world how you want to create it, how would you create the world? Like how would you create it? What would you do? Somebody gave you the power and say, look, shape the world however you want to shape it. What would that world look like, fam? Let me know how the world would look like, man. If somebody gave you the power and said, boom, I want you to shape the world how you see fit, what type of world would you be creating? You know what I'm saying? Like I need to know these things, man. These are the things you got to think about, man. Somebody gave you the power to shape, you know what I'm saying, to create a world. What type of world are you creating? What type of world are you creating? Montel, there we go. There you go. LG, peace, what's happening? I'm telling you, for real. Workout laws are crucial. I'm trying to tell y'all. I got my joint at the gym. It's easy. I already know what I'm doing, man. I'm not finna go in there guessing. When you go into the gym without a plan, man, you about to be doing a bunch of nonsense that ain't gonna lead you to no type of goal. And we be wondering why. That's why you can see a person, man, be going to the gym, and I mean they're a gym addict, and it look like their body never changes, man, because they not following the proper program, fam. Like for real. It's a science to programming. For real. Just fresh. Peace. What's happening? Moni, let's go. Hopefully you got the brother straight. Hopefully y'all had an efficient, productive conversation. Mark, peace. What's happening? Son, guys, no, I was talking about a workout log. You know, just documenting everything that you're doing. You know, so keeping you like a little notebook or something, just a workout log, LOG. You know, so keep you a journal, get you a notebook or something, write down everything. Write down everything for sure. Because we gotta, hey, it's time to get to it as far as the health and fitness, man. It's time to get to it. I got another book I'm breaking down right here, man. It's called Nutrition Essentials for Mental Health. Damn. So we always stand on top of our nutrition. You know what I mean? We always stand on top of it. For sure. Son, guys, you say, what's the right way to go to the gym? Oh, yeah, for sure. Like I said, the right way to go into the gym with a plan. With a plan. That's the right way to go to the gym. With a plan. And another thing, eliminate distractions. When I used to work out in college, like when I played football in college, man, we couldn't even work out with shorts and pants that had pockets in them. We had to put our phones up in lockers and things like that. And Mark, for sure, yeah, we gonna give Mark a wrench whenever I can tap in. I can't do it from here, but yeah, when I tap in from the phone, I'm gonna give my man's a wrench for sure. But yeah, man, we couldn't even work out. We couldn't have our phones on us, none of that. You know, we had to be locked in to the workout. And believe it or not, y'all know, because if y'all tap into my channel, y'all already know what it is. But y'all, believe it or not, visualization is important. Being attentive in your workout is important. Like if you out here distracted, just going through the motions, listen, that could be the key in regards to why your body is not transforming the way that you want it to. You got to be focused, man. It's that mind muscle connection. If you distracted on your phones, like you don't have that mind muscle connection. So you just going through the motions. You know, when you working out a body part, man, you want to be focused while you working that body part out. You know, if you squatting, man, you want to be zeroed in. You want to be visualizing your legs growing. If that's what you after, you know what I mean? Like if you doing some ab work, man, you want to be zeroed in. You want to be visualizing your stomach getting slimmer while you doing it. You do not want to be overly distracted thinking about everything else other than your abs. When you work in a certain body part, man, you want to visualize that body part doing what you want it to do while you are doing the movement. That's crucial to your gains. That's crucial to your goal. So if I'm squatting and I'm focusing on my legs and my thighs, it's like, man, I got to visualize every squat. I got to visualize these thighs growing. You know, if I'm doing some thrust and I want my glutes to grow, every thrust, every time I come up with that joint, I'm visualizing my glutes growing. This stuff is important. Shout out to CT Fletcher. He lets you know that when he say he command his muscles to grow, you got to do that. You got to talk to these muscles, man. The body has trillions of cells, and these cells are intelligent. You know what I'm saying? These cells communicate, you know, and these cells, listen, what you tell these cells, like they going to give you these results. So these cells listening to what you are telling them. I don't know why people, we not just robots out here, contrary to popular belief. They got us acting like robots, but listen, your body contains trillions of cells, and all of these cells are intelligent. These cells communicate with one another. These cells listen to the messages that you send it. You know what I'm saying? So again, you have got to talk. You want those arms to get big? Talk to them. Talk to them. This may sound like some pseudo stuff, but it's not. Talk to that body part, man. You want your stomach to slim down? Talk to them, man. I will be doing some workouts, man. I might be doing some crunches or some leg lifts, some leg raises, and I'll talk to my abs. Like, come on, abs. Every time I feel like I'm getting tired, I talk to that body part. Like, come on. You know, and if y'all done follow me on Instagram, Facebook, y'all done seen me lift some heavy weight. That is how I get through that. You know, people ask me all the time, man, I don't know how you squat, what you squat, and this, that, and the third. I talk to myself like, oh man, it's light. We got it. It's nothing. I'm not going to psych myself out. You do that, you're done. You know? So the same applies for when you're trying to transform a body part. Talk to it. Talk to it. Y'all going to thank me later, though. Nita, what you say? Since I'm at home working out, I watch videos. How often should I stick with a particular video I'm watching? I bounce amongst 3 for different things. Okay, so with that, now, this the thing about that. So you need to follow a routine for about a good 4 to 6 weeks before you make a change to the routine. But with something like those videos, if they have you doing things for time, I don't know how these videos working that you tapping into, but a lot of the videos, they have you doing things for time. You know, so if these videos have you doing things for time, like, we're going to do jumping jacks 30 seconds. This is what you're going to have to do. If you following the video and it's giving you a circuit, let's just say, hypothetically speaking, let's just say jumping jacks, jump squats, crunches, high knees in place, and they telling you to do this circuit 4 times, and each exercise they telling you to do it for 30 seconds. What you need to do the following week is not follow along with that video, but do the same exact circuit, but increase the time. So if they had you do everything for 30 seconds, Then the next week you do that same circuit, but you do it for 35. So you do everything for 35 seconds. And you want to keep this going for about 4 to 6 months. Then you want to change up the videos that you follow. Then you want to change up the routine after about 4 to 6 weeks. That's how that's supposed to go. But you want to increase the intensity every week. And then I like to do it the way I do it right now. The fourth week for me, that's when I kind of scale it back. But I'm lifting heavy. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta do that. But on every fourth week, I lighten the load, I scale back on the intensity, and then the fifth week I pick back up where I left off. You know, but when you're doing something like that, follow the program. I say for 4 weeks, and then after 4 weeks, you reevaluate, you see where you're at, you see how you're feeling, and then you want to make some changes. So change up the videos, change up the exercises that you're doing. That's a good rule of thumb for something like that. But you want to go up on time in time every week. So if it's the same video, you just got to make sure you are increasing the time that you are doing something. Or if they got you doing it by reps, increase the reps. So however the videos got you going, like you want to increase something, you want to increase the intensity every week. Every week something should change with the workout for at least 4 weeks straight. And then on that fourth week, well, I say 3 weeks straight. And then on that fourth week, then you can kind of scale it back on the intensity, give your body a chance to, regroup. And then on the fifth week, you pick back up on the intensity. That's how that's really supposed to go. A lot of people be trying to go hard every week. Like, no, you need a light week. Like, trust me on that. You need a light week. You do not need to go hard every week. No, I don't go hard every week. Trust me, I used to. I learned the hard way that you do not want to do that. So you want to give your body a week to kind of rejuvenate, regroup, recuperate, all that good stuff. This don't mean that you are doing nothing. This just means that the workouts are less intense. So you still working out, just less intense. Then on the fifth week, you pick back up. Trust me, y'all gonna thank me later for that one. Leo Soul, peace, 100%. 100%. Airview, you say, have you ever experienced someone not being able to do a proper squat? All the time. 90% of the people who squat do it improperly. That squatting is terrible. Because man, we you know how we are, we lazy, so we got a bunch of ailments that come with just being sedentary, like lower back be all bad, knees be all bad. Like squatting is, I'm trying to tell you, most people do not squat properly. It's almost painful to watch a lot of people squat. If I was doing a video, I would be able to show it, like really demonstrate it. I hate kind of explaining it while not doing it, but with squatting, man, you want to sit back on those heels. A lot of people, man, if you squatting, listen, rule of thumb, if you squatting, a couple rules of thumbs. If you are squatting, if at any point you are going forward, like you about to lean forward, you squatting wrong. If you lean any way during a squat, it should be back on your heels. So you should go backwards, if anything. Now, I'm not saying that you need to be swaying forward or backwards, but I'm saying if you are squatting properly, you more so back on your heels. So if you leaning backwards, so if you lose your foot and you kind of going backwards because you're on your heels, that's correct. You know what I'm saying? But if you leaning forward, if you find yourself going forward when you squat, that means you on your toes, and that's all bad. And your knees probably didn't surpass your toes. Incorrect. Your knees should never go past your toes when you squat. When you throw your hips back first. A lot of people, when I tell them to squat, the first thing they do is just go downward, bend down. Like, no, throw your hips back. Boom, like they say, like you sitting in the toilet. You throw your hips back, then you drop the butt down, then you squat. Hips back, chest up, what they call big chest, and boom, you squat. Tighten the abs. What they say, set your core. They used to tell us this back in the day when I was in college. Set your core, and that just means tighten the abs before you do like everything. So boom, you get it up on your back, get the ball on your back, tighten the abs, throw your hips back, sit back on them heels. Son, guys, what you say? How do you cut your stomach to get abs? Abs is like 80 to 90% made in the kitchen, right? So few rules of thumb here for the abs. All right. Obviously, like I said, 80% made in the kitchen. That don't mean that exercise don't play a big role. But let me focus on the kitchen part first. If you really want abs, depending on the type of abs you want, if you want that six-pack to bust, you got to stay away from a lot of foods. You got to stay away from a lot of foods and a lot of bad thoughts. You know, because those negative thoughts, they go to your gut as well. A lot of people don't understand that. And then another thing too to focus on, the time that you eat. That's crucial as well. So you want to make sure you stand away from all the refined carbs. You know what I'm saying? The pastas, the white pastas, the white rice, of course, the junk foods, all the processed foods. You want to stay the sodas. You want to stay away from all of that. The refined carbs, like I said, that's the garbage carbs. Those are the bad carbs. You know, a lot of people give carbs a bad rep. No, the refined carbs, those are the complex carbs are your good carbs. It's your fruits and vegetables and your whole grains. But the refined, the simple carbs, you know, that's the white rice, the white pastas, that's the bread, all of that type of nonsense. That's the stuff you want to stay away from if you're striving to build them abs, to cut that stomach down. Got to stay away from that. All the cakes, the cookies, all of that pasta, all of that bread. Hey, you want to eliminate that. The sodas, can't be drinking that. You got to stay away from that. You got to increase your intake of greens. Like dark leafy greens will be your best friend. Your fiber intake. 30 to 40 grams of fiber. You know what I'm saying? Fiber is crucial for somebody that's striving to cut that stomach down. You know, that fiber is crucial. Like 30 to 40 grams a day. And it's easy to get fiber if you consuming chia seeds. Put some chia seeds in a smoothie, man. It's gonna be easy to get your proper amount of fiber. Let alone if you combine that with some dark leafy greens. Oh, that's easy money. Yeah, so that fiber is crucial. And then you don't want to eat too close to bedtime and things like that. You know, give yourself about 2 to 3 hours. Like all of these things are crucial. A lot of times, man, you could be eating right, but you could be eating at the wrong time. And that's why your stomach is not doing what you wanted to do. So then once you master the eating part, now we get into the exercise portion of the abs. So it depends on the type of abs that you want. If you just want to slim the stomach down, if you just want to slim waist, then you want to do weightless ab exercises and a lot of reps. So that means you want to do things that don't involve weights, you know. So if you're doing crunches, you don't want to have weights with it. You want to get you like, I got a pole that you put on your back. You do side bends, things like that. Leg raises, leg lifts. You want to do all these things weightless, gang of reps. I'm talking about, man, you could do side bends. You could do like 200 of those a day. Like I know people that did some crazy thing, crunches. You could do 100 of those a day, little stuff like that. If you kind of want to get the muscular abs and you really want that six-pack to bust, then that's when you might want to bring the weighted ab exercises into play. Grabbing you a weight, doing some crunches with a weight. Sit-ups, you know what I'm saying? If you got a bad back, I don't really recommend sit-ups. You know what I'm saying? But if you really want those abs to crack, if you want to build the muscle, the thickness to the abs, grab you some weights. You know, do you some crunches with a weight, leg lifts with a weight, you know, V-ups with a weight. You know, that's gonna add that thickness. That's gonna kind of chisel up that six-pack. But if you just want to slim, if you want to slim the stomach down, weightless ab exercises are golden. Or golden for sure. But yeah, man, I didn't been doing this for a long time. But a lot of people ignorantly think I was just born this way. Man, I've been putting in work. The thing of it is, I wasn't born fit, but once I started, I never stopped. You know, that's the difference. It's been plenty of people that came up with me. We was at the same level of fitness. They just stopped. I did not. I'm never stopping. That's the difference. I wasn't born fit. You know, once I got hip to it, I never stopped. That's the difference, fam. That's it. But I put in major work on a weekly basis. Like I said, a lot of people see some of the weight that I'm lifting, you know, and I'm always just doing different things. Like right now, I'm strength training, powerlifting. So I'm lifting heavy as I want, you know, building up that strength and that power. Moni, what you say you was going hard every day, walking and running, lost 50 pounds in 2 months, ended up tearing 2 muscles, and a tendon, just got off crutches about a month and a half ago. They thought I ruptured my Achilles. Whoo, hold up. Yeah, definitely listen to the body. I've been there, I done been there, done that. I done had some of every ailment, injury you could think of, you know. And that is, it's no fun to be down, out for the count because of an injury. That's no fun. That's no fun at all. DB, man, I used to do virtual training. I haven't been on that lately, but I might start that back up though. Cash Mob, you say, well, if you turn 33 tomorrow, hey, happy born day. Hey, what type of game you looking for? Like I said, man, hey, continue to elevate, continue to prosper. You know, be mindful of everything that you consume. Ask yourself a question. Is this benefiting me or is this destructive? Before you consume anything, before you watch something on YouTube, before you eat some food, before you interact with somebody, is this beneficial to me? If the answer is no, don't fool with it. That's the game I can give you. If you looking at some, if you grocery shopping, is this food beneficial to me? If the answer is no, don't eat it. Don't eat it. Come on, man. We 32, 33, we 40, 45, whatever age we dealing with. Man, we ain't got time to be playing with the body, man. So if it's not beneficial, I don't need to rock with it. Magic for sure, 100%. Big Smooth. That rice is cool. I'm gonna give y'all a little juice. Like, I personally, I don't consume rice as much as people think. It's like when people hear that you vegan, vegetarian, they think you eat a gang of rice. I don't do it like people think. But something that I want to tap into, a lot of people think brown rice is just automatically like the healthiest rice or one of the healthier rices. You gotta be mindful of brown rice, that arsenic, you know what I'm saying? Like that arsenic can cause damage from the brown rice. So be mindful. You know, if you consuming the brown rice, you know, too much of that, man, that arsenic can tap into you and cause some damage. You know what I mean? So be mindful if you consuming that brown rice. Don't go too overboard with the brown rice. Hey, air view. Hey, never say never. You fam? Hey, if you was there, we'd get you right. We'd get you right. Sun goddess thrust. If you are a woman and you striving to build the glutes, thrusting will be your best friend. Thrust, thrust, thrust. People be associating squats with glutes. Incorrect. That's not the best movement for the glutes. Squatting is more quad dominant. You know what I mean? So when you squat, you're gonna build up your quads more than your glutes. Your glutes are involved, but it's more quad dominant. It doesn't specifically target those glutes. You know, so again, like squats would be a good movement to do in as an accessory movement to the thrust. But if you striving to lift the butt, build the glutes, thrust, 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 and you want to go heavy weights, get you a band, everything, do all that. You want to do thrust with the band, you want to do thrust with some heavy weight. And of course, like I said, you can build, you want to have the thighs and the quads to match. So squatting is definitely beneficial. But if you really want to tap in, when you squat, do a wider stance, and that's going to activate the glutes a lot more when you go wider with the stance for the squats. Or if you really striving to tap into your thighs, and you can do like a close stance squat, and that's going to really activate the thighs. So it all depends on what you striving to activate when you squatting. So if you really want to activate those glutes while you squatting, wide stance, what they call like a sumo squat, things like that. And step ups, that's also good for the glutes as well. You know, and you want to do lunges perfect. And you want to do like side shuffles with a band, resistance band. They got some on Amazon that I'm sure the ladies would like, called booty bands. Get you some of those and do like some the side shuffle that I was talking about. That's great for the glutes. It's an exercise called the lion clam. That's also good. And then with the same band, you using that band for the clams as well. And you got things where you can hold on to something and you just lift the leg, each leg out to the side with that band on. That's also good. Then of course, like the donkey kicks and kickbacks, things like that. All of these things are good for the glutes, but the thrust, you striving to build glutes, you need to be doing some heavy thrusting. Heavy thrusting. What you say, I can't squat in that resting position. I literally have to be on my tippy toes. Hey, we got other exercises that can build them legs, man. You know what I'm saying? We got leg extensions. We got hey, we got all that. We got the prone line leg curl. So we got a bunch of things. We got options. We got options. Lindell, what you say? Hold on. Says we have mastered the N word and are now using it to our advantage. We own and control the word, in his opinion. I was in awe. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know how I feel about that word. That word dead. I strive not to use that word at all. Can't stand that word. You know what I mean? We got other words that I opt to use opposed to that particular word. RG, you say what's worse, sugar or meat? I'ma definitely say the artificial sugar. I'ma definitely say the artificial sugar. Like artificial sugar. I'm gonna definitely say that. Emmanuel, you say how long should you lay off lifting after throwing your back out? Ooh. So it depends on how severe the situation is. You know what I'm saying? If you good enough to walk, you work around injuries. Like that's another thing too. Like I work around it. Like so if I didn't hurt my shoulder, then I know how to work around the injury. You know what I mean? So it depends on how severe it is. You know, when I had a slight back tweak back in the day, I laid off for about 2 weeks and I was like good. But it depends on how severe it is though. Yeah, it depends on how severe it is, man. I say stay off of it until you feel good, then you go test it out. But it depends on the severity of it. Oh, need it for sure. Like, hey, for real. We gonna give the game. We gonna give the game for free. We ain't got time for that. People gotta get healthy out here. People gotta get right and exact. A lot of nonsense out here. People just doing a bunch of foolishness. So I gotta be the reminder. You know what I mean? Gotta be the reminder for the people. James, you say what are good exercises for strength training? So my regimen right now, simple movements, like multi-joint exercises. So you deadlift, squat, bench press, boom. Military press, that's also good. Bent over row, that's also good. Leg press if you got access to that. Um, skull crushers, like that's great for like the triceps and all that type of good stuff. And these are all the lists I'm doing right now. So I'm naming everything I'm doing. So like on my, because I'm following a powerlifting routine. This is essentially strength training. So on like tomorrow is my deadlift day. So I'm a deadlift, do bent over rows, and I'm gonna do curls, and then I'm gonna do pull-ups. Simple. Like keep it simple, stupid. Like people think I be killing myself in it. Nah, I don't be doing a million different exercises. I do the most effective exercise. And then on Wednesday, that'll be my bench press day. So then I got bench press, I got the push press, which is a form of the military press. You just squat down with it and you're using your legs to bring the weight up. You know what I'm saying? And then I do skull crushers, which is for the triceps, which help you with the bench press, help you build a stronger bench press. And then Friday, it will be my squat day. So I'm gonna squat, I'm gonna do leg press, and I'm gonna do RDLs. RDL is just the deadlift where the bar doesn't touch the ground or the weight doesn't touch the ground. So you walk it down to about your ankles and you bring the weight back up. Throw your hips back, keep the bar up on you, walk it right down to the ankles, bring it back up. That works your hamstrings and that works the glutes too. Sun Goddess, that's a good movement too. RDLs and split squats. Look into RDLs and split squats too, in regards to building up your glutes. You know, unfortunately, football players, we have been known for glutes, you know, so that was one of the main movements that I did. We did a lot of, you know, we was doing a lot of RDLs. We was doing a lot of squatting, a lot of thrusting. We was doing all that type of good stuff. A lot of lunges, a lot of step ups, all of these good things, you know. And I played one of the positions where you had where we might have the most massive glutes, the running back. You know what I'm saying? That was my position in football. So I focused on all lower body movements because I had to have strong legs. So I know a thing or two about building glutes, unfortunately, on the male end. It ain't even unfortunately. Like, dudes be out here running from building the glutes too, man. But y'all, hey, glute dominant exercises are great for like your core. Like, dudes be thinking they look silly doing some thrust, but I guarantee you, if you do some thrust as a dude, man, you're gonna like the way your body and your legs start forming, because you also feel those in your hamstrings as well. You know, the program that I was following before this, I was doing a lot of thrusting. For real. But yeah, man. And then also look up Tyson push-ups. Mike Tyson is a fool, but look up a Tyson push-up. Tyson push-ups are good too. Sometimes I add those on my bench press day. Tyson push-up give you more bang for your buck than a regular push-up because you're working a lot more body parts doing that Tyson push-up. That joint crazy though. That joint crazy. And then sometimes, depending, because since I'm powerlifting, rest is crucial for me. But if I'm feeling good in between my workout days, I jump rope for cardio. Jump rope or do the row machine. You know, y'all saw my post about 10 minutes of jumping rope, how effective that is. So I jump for a minute, rest for a minute, jump for a minute, and I keep that going for 20 minutes, meaning I jump for 10 minutes and I rested for 10 minutes. So that's like my form of cardio. I am not a big fan of treadmills and things like that. And I ain't finna get, hey, listen, the cold just wasn't made for your boy. So I'm not finna act like I'm finna go running in the cold. So I'm gonna give me a jump rope and I'm gonna do that. And I might hit some burpees or some stuff like that, you know, little body weight movements, you know, for some active rest, like for some cardio. And I got one of those assault bikes. That's also pretty good too. Them assault bikes crazy. Yeah, them assault bikes ain't no joke. You know, if you got access to that, use that joint for real. Prodigal Son and RG, peace. We appreciate the cash apps, my brothers. The real peace, what's happening? Prodigal Son, peace. What's happening? Yeah, y'all got me tapped in. Jazz, would you say anything to say to people who are struggling to eat healthy because their social circle and entire household eats badly? Perfect person to ask that question to, because that's what I went through. That's what I went through when I made my transition. Everybody around me was eating garbage, and everybody was getting on my head, telling me how I'm about to get, like, telling me I'm looking sick, I'm getting skin, all this type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? I know all about that. The best advice I can get, unfortunately, now, I just had willpower was the problem. Like when I was tapped in with my peoples, because when I made the transition, I was in college. So when I was like in my dorm, that was easy because I didn't have to, like, if I didn't buy it, I wasn't gonna eat it. So I just bought the healthy foods. And then what's crazy, my roommate at the time eventually transitioned to that lifestyle. So it was easy, you know. But once I got to like my people's crib, once I go back home for the summer or winter break, whatever the case may be, then unfortunately I had to practice the willpower because I could control what they ate. And they was gonna eat the fast food. They was gonna eat whatever it is they wanted to eat. I couldn't be mad at that. You know, I'm under their roof. So I had to practice willpower. That's how my discipline is the way that it is right now, because I had to practice it then. But you got to think about your why, though. This was crucial for me. That why, like I had to think about the greater purpose in regards to why I needed to refrain from certain foods and why I needed to focus on my health. So every time I would be around the food that I had that I was just bashing probably a year ago or some months ago that I would love to bash, I would have to think about why. Like, why do I not need to eat this food? And I think about just all the things that I was battling with, the nosebleeds, the high blood pressure, what I'm saying, the headaches, all of this type of stuff, along with the knowledge that I was gathering at the time in regards to how destructive this stuff is. So I would think about these things, and I would just start thinking about wanting to live a high quality life. So every time I came across my peoples and they buying this fast food and they cooking this nonsense, then I start thinking like that. Like, nope. Like, if I consume something like this, it's going to clog my arteries. If I consume something like this, it's going to make me more susceptible to diabetes. If I consume something like this, it's going to make me more susceptible to cancer. I had to use a scare tactic. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I had to do it until I was able to get in my own place and just buy my own food, out of sight, out of mind. Now I just won't buy it. I'm going to buy the healthy food. But when I'm forced to be around it, or when I was forced to have to be around it at that time, I had to play some mind tricks with myself, man. And eventually, like, it became a point to where I don't even desire the food or crave the food. So now it doesn't even bother me like that. So now I can be around it. But it was difficult in the beginning because people weren't understanding. People thought it was just a phase. All type of nonsense people was hitting me with, man. They weren't taking it halfway serious. They thought it was a joke, so it was a lot of willpower involved because I was literally the only person that I knew at that time that was eating like that. Then that's also around the time too that I came into the culture that I'm a part of now, the 5% Nation of Guys and Earths, and now that helped me too, because a lot of those queens and kings and all that, they were vegetarian, so that was beautiful. But that's the law of attraction. That's the law of attraction. So once I started making those changes, unfortunately, all the people that wasn't trying to operate on the frequency that I was operating on, I had to lead them. So that led me to another group. And we was all on the same vibe. We were around the same age. We all on the same vibe. So that's important too. Unfortunately, you might have to find another social circle. That's what I had to do. I literally, like, the dudes and all the people that I was rocking with in high school, once I made this change, I don't rock with them like that at all these days. I had to give me an entirely new social circle. And all of these dudes, most of them was on the same type of vibe that I'm on. Trying to eat healthy. Vegetarian, vegan, pescatarian. They was always health conscious. So I had to immerse myself in that type of circle. And that helped too. So I had to reevaluate I ain't really even had to reevaluate. Once I made the changes, people just start distancing themselves. That was easy enough. But then I came across folks who was on the same vibe, and I was like, cool, this is what I need. So that's big. We can't sleep on that part. We can't sleep on that part. Bossy Bree, peace, what's happening? Sharif, oh yeah, for sure. I can't believe I failed to mention boxing. Man, that's what I'm saying. We love that form of cardio. Yeah, we love boxing. We love boxing, man. Shadow boxing, hitting a heavy bag, the speed bag, all of that. We love that. That's great cardio. Need you say, what's the latest you recommend at night to work out? Man, and before I even answer that led me to think about the fact that they got us living, we so disconnected from how things naturally supposed to go, like it's crazy. We got things like graveyard shift, people having to work overnight. Man, that's unnatural. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's literally unnatural. Like, we not supposed to do that. You know what I'm saying? And even with like working out at night, like, naturally it's best to work out in the morning. Like, that's naturally the best time to do it. But man, since the world is the way that it is, man, our schedules be the way that they are, man, we be having to work out at night. And for some people at work, they end up going right to sleep, sleeping like a baby. Somebody like me, though, exercising releases those endorphins. So it keeps me up. You know, so it depends on what time you're going to sleep, and it depends on what type of what body type you have. Working out gives me energy. I don't know if working out gives you energy. If working out doesn't give you energy, if you feel like working out makes you tired, makes you want to sleep, then hey, have at it. I done seen people work out 10 o'clock at night, go right to sleep. I can't do that. Everybody's body is different, so you just got to tap in with your body. But yeah, them evening workouts for me be trash, man, because it just make it hard for me to go to sleep. Because I'm wired. Like working out gives me too much energy. You know, and really the natural way is we do our work during the day. And at night, that's when we wind down. That's the natural way of living. But they got us so disconnected from our true nature. Like we got to be working out at night, working overnight, man, just all type of stuff that be going on that has us deviating from our true nature. And we wonder why we be having all of these ailments. Part of it is the way they got us living. You know what I mean? Like part of it is all this other extra stuff they have us doing. All these weird schedules, man. Graveyard shift, that schedule is horrible for the body. That is a horrible schedule. Now, if you work graveyard shift, I don't want to scare you like that, but man, that's a horrible schedule to have to work for your body. Like that is not natural for a human to work overnight. It is just not natural. And for you to have to sleep during the day, man, that is unnatural. That's unnatural. When we see sunlight, your brain's like release serotonin. When we see the darkness, it's like release melatonin. You literally going against the natural biochemical makeup of your body when you have to sleep during the day and work at night. Your body is not designed, like your body literally releases hormones based off the sun rising and going down. Like literally. So like when you work in opposition to that, you are going against your body. Your body doesn't release melatonin when the sun is out. Like that is not what it does. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't release the serotonin. Like it don't do that. We're going to release this serotonin when the moon is out. That's not how that works. But yeah, Nita, man, to answer that, though, I would say you got to listen to your body, man. If exercising is something that kind of gives you energy, I say work out like 2 to 3 hours before you know what I'm saying? At least 2 to 3 hours before you have to go to sleep. But hey, if working out exhausts you, which it does for some people, yeah, man, you might could work out an hour before you got to go to sleep and go right to sleep. Can't do that, man. It releases endorphins for me, so I'm gone. Which it releases endorphins for a lot of folks. But you do have some people that swear up and down that working out makes them tired, makes them want to go to sleep. But the actual science is it releases endorphins, which is giving you energy. It makes you feel good. So that takes some time to wear off. That's why they recommend you wake up and then exercise. It literally gets your blood flowing and it gives you energy to tackle the day. That's why they recommend that, you know. So I wouldn't necessarily work out too late unless you have to. Like if you have to work out at that time, then you just got to do what you got to do. Something is better than nothing at that particular point. But I at least try to give myself about 2 to 3 hours or so. At least. But hold up. I want to address AJ Peace. What's happening? I want to address who we got. DB, you say my negative thoughts were about wanting a child, but bringing a child into this world. Oh man, I already know what I already know. You see how wicked this world is, and it's like you feel bad bringing a child into this wicked world. You know what I'm saying? But hey, again, we talking about perception. We talking about creating a reality. You know what I'm saying? So again, hey, we can shift that thought pattern. You know what I mean? We can shift the thought pattern. Because hey, it is crazy out here. It is wicked. But just like on an individual level, we don't have to involve ourselves in the wickedness. There are certain things that we could do. Listen, we got to create communities for what we call alikes. You know, those of us with like minds, man, we got to do better with creating communities, man, creating neighborhoods, creating safe places for us to go. And then if you got kids, for the kids to hang around each other. We got to create these safe places. We got to create these type of environments. We be all spread out. So we got to do better, man. We got to come together and start creating environments, creating safe places, communities, and things like that. So that we can bring up the kids around each other. Like, all right, man, we know what type of community this is. Instead of having to be so spread out, having to send all these children to different places and things be getting crazy. That's why we always talk about need more schools and things like that. For real. Son God is for sure. You know, and I'm glad a sister said that. Because some reason they got, you know, it's a lot of sisters out here that swear up and down they don't like dudes to be, you know what I'm saying, to be fit. You know, got dudes thinking it's cool to walk around with their belly hanging out. Man, emphatically no. James, you already know. You know, my fam from Mississippi, we ain't too far from you. Matter of fact, my moms and pops was just in Louisiana, just in New Orleans. Celebrate my auntie's 63rd B-Day. She live out, she over there in Baton Rouge, you know what I'm saying? Somewhere over there. No, Shreveport. I'm tripping. Yeah. Yeah, she out that way, I believe. I done spent some summers down there, you know what I'm saying? So you already know we do not fool. We do not fool with the cold. Mark, all right, I got a reverse hyper machine in my gym. Reason why I don't recommend it, because a lot of people don't have access to that machine, but I have a reverse hyper machine in my gym. Most gyms don't though. You know, and then like a GHD machine, all of that. Like I'm hip to everything like that, but most gyms don't have those type of machines. But yeah, I got reverse hyper in my gym. Like, but most gyms don't. Every gym that I worked in don't have one. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even bring that up because most gyms don't even have it. But I definitely got one of those. Antoinette, Peace Queen, what's happening? Hey, Chef, for sure. Shout out to Jizza. Shout out to the God Jizza, man. Shout out to Wu-Tang in general. Wu-Tang for the children. RIP to ODB. Prodigal son, man, it for real, it can, you know what I'm saying? Depending on, like, when you work that graveyard shift, you got to make sure you eating right and exact. Like, you can't be slipping up on the E. You know what I'm saying? So the libido, you know, that's primary, like that's a blood flow situation. So you know what I'm saying? You gotta make sure you eating them dark leafy greens and all that type of good stuff. You know, so if you eat enough of that to balance it out, then you should be good. You know, beets and things like that, like beet juice and all that type of good stuff is good for the libido and whatnot. Maca root, all that type of stuff, man. That type of stuff is good. So when you work in the graveyard shift, man, you just gotta make sure you consume in those type of foods, man, if you're worried about something like that. But like I said, when you working overnight, man, you got to be tight with that, with the way that you eat, man. You can't really be slipping up like that. Because, I mean, that schedule's so unnatural for the most, because my pop's been working that schedule for about as long as I've been alive. Every now and then he'll work another, you know what I'm saying, another shift. But, man, like normally, people that work that graveyard shift, they'll work overnight, then they'll get home, they'll eat something, they'll eat a large meal, go right to sleep, negative. Like, that's just negative. You know what I'm saying? They'll wake up, eat again, you know what I'm saying? Then go about their day, and then do to eat something again, then go back to sleep, take a nap before you got to go in. Like, it's just too much eating and sleeping. Too much eating and sleeping with that schedule, man, based off of what I done seen from my pops just growing up. But that shift is horrible. That shift is just not good for, about, like I say, we can adapt and adjust to whatever we want to. But being able to adapt and adjust to something don't make it healthy. You know what I'm saying? Being able to adapt and adjust to a schedule don't mean that, oh, this is healthy. Nah. You know, it's best to not work that schedule, man. Do everything in your power to get off of that type of schedule for real. Like I said, I'd have had to see my pops work that schedule, man. And he just now semi taking steps to tap in with his health. Man, that schedule trash. And my brother be working it. I'm like, nah, I'm good. So I learned early. I ain't on that. I can't be on that type of time at all. Like, they be dead tired. Like, my brother, I don't think my brother is never not tired. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. They sleep, they can't never get sleep. You know what I'm saying? Then you got kids and they doing stuff throughout the day. Like, you just cannot sleep throughout the day unless you live by yourself. Like, dude, life is going on around you during the day. I don't like my brother working graveyard shift and still got to pick up kids. My pops worked graveyard shift when I was in school. You know what I'm saying? So he got to make sure I'm up to school, and then he might have to take me to school, like all type of stuff. Might have to pick me up if I wasn't riding the bus. All type of stuff going on, man. It'd be too much going on with that shift, man, to be trying to sleep during the day. Like that joint be crazy for real. B Bassett for sure. Peace. What's happening? Money, man, I'm trying to tell you, I done seen graveyard shift firsthand just destroy folks, like for real. All right, Nita, what you say? You say give me energy. Yeah. So yeah. So you want to give yourself some time. I mean, I didn't work out in the evening because I had to. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't did this. It's just you gotta wind yourself down. Like I got these joints, this herb right here, passion flower extract. Shoot, if you're gonna work out in the evening, take you pop a capsule before you go to sleep, before you lay down. It's gonna knock you right out. It's gonna calm you down. Or sprinkle some lavender oil on the pillow. That's gonna knock you out. So if you gotta, you gotta do something like that, you gotta work out in the evening, make sure you stretch good, and then take the passion flower extract, lavender oil on the pillow. That'll calm you down, help you go to sleep. Oh, James for sure. James, I got people in Baton Rouge too. I got a cousin that's over that way, I believe. I got people all throughout Louisiana, man. Zachary, Shreveport, Baton Rouge, New Orleans, man. We spread all throughout Mississippi and Louisiana. A theory, peace, what's happening? Terenzo, my brother, appreciate that donation for sure. Son Goddess, man, there we go. Prodigal son, there we go. Tap in, you know what I'm saying? Get a day shift. Got it. That's the normal shift for us. Quez, I'm trying to tell you, man. That's why I tell people, because I train a few people that work that shift, and they be coming to me right after they get off. Man, they be tired. Boy, them be my most tired client. They be tired, man. They got to work out. Like they got to work out when they're off, right when they get off. Like they got to come in right when they get off. That's the only thing that'll work for them. So they be dead tired. I'll be like, man, they got to balance that joint out. They got to eat real light. Like it's just crazy. That schedule complicates things, but it's not impossible. But that schedule complicates things. Michael, what you say? And peace, by the way. You say how long I've been vegan, man? It's been a few years now. I was vegetarian for the longest, and I go back and forth between being vegetarian and vegan. You know how life get, you slip up. You know what I'm saying? But I've been without meat for it's probably been about 12 years or so. But I'll be on and off with the vegetarian and vegan thing. But I went back to vegan full go, a few years ago though. Sharif, man, that's the best way to do it. Work out to get that day started. You know what I mean? Like people talk about coffee, Red Bull, man. Working out, hey, that's the energy right there. Working out in your fruits. Get the blood flowing. Even if you don't do a full workout, like when you wake up in the morning, man, just doing some light squats and jumping jacks, push-ups, things like that, man, that's enough to get the blood flowing. That's enough to give you energy throughout the day. So if you lacking energy, man, when you wake up in the morning, man, just do you some body weight movements for about 10, 20 minutes. Man, you're gonna be ready to go. You're gonna be ready to roll. You're gonna be ready to roll 100%. Wake up in the morning, bow, hit you some jumping jacks, push-ups, hey, do yoga, something, anything. Man, that's gonna get your blood flowing. You're gonna be feeling great. Airview for sure. Yeah, them people, man, people that work that graveyard shift, they like, man, if I go home, I'm going to sleep. And once they go to sleep and wake back up, it ain't no, they ain't thinking about working out at that point. So most of them, they come holler at me right after they get off. And that's the best way. That's the best way to go about it for real. See though, you say, with your honest opinion, do you feel as if college is a debt trap and a waste of time? Yep. And you talking to a person that got 2 degrees. And let me rephrase that. For the most part, yeah, depending on what it is you're trying to do. You know, unfortunately, some things require you to get that piece of paper. So it depends on what you're trying to do, man. But if you're doing something and you do not need that piece of paper to do it, don't do it. Don't even go. For real. They got all type of certifications and things like that you can get. You know what I'm saying? Like for real. Learn a trade, all that. Learn a trade. See, that's what I recommend, man. Learn you a trade or something like that first. And you can always go back to school if you just want to get it. But if what you want to do with your life don't involve you needing that piece of paper, man, nah, don't waste your money. Don't waste your money. That's one of the biggest scams on the planet. College. And like I said, you talking about somebody that got 2 degrees. One of the biggest scams on the planet. And I'm gonna say this every time. Every time somebody asks me this, I'm gonna give the same answer every time. Never fails. One of the biggest scams on the planet. Prodigal son for sure. Y'all know I talk about nasal breathing all the time. That's the only way to breathe. In and out through the nose. Nasal breathing. I can do nasal breathing when I'm working out. Nasal breathing when I'm running. All that good stuff. You know, a lot of times people when you sleeping, you know, if you have I done talked about this too. You have your mouth open while you sleeping. That could be one of the reasons why you waking up and you extra tired. You know, I feel like I was asleep, but you had your mouth open during during your sleep. And it's the reason why you extra tired. So be mindful of that, man. Nasal breathing is the way. BMST, peace, what's happening? Mark, yeah, trades or whatever for sure. Need a home to shout out to the know you. Like I say, I got a lot of people out that way. Spend a lot of time out that way. Shout out to my people. I would have been there, but I opted not to go this time. I would have been down there right now, or they would have been on their way back, or we would have been on our way back. But I'm gonna see my down south folk again. Moni, what you say? I know people who watch your videos and may not catch them when you're live. However, when they go to view the video later, the live chat does not pop up. Is it set up like that, or is there something they need? Moni, when you watch the video, you should be able to, like on YouTube, you should be able to click live chat on that joint. Like you should be able to go to the hold on. You should be able to find the video, and then like underneath it where it got the dislike and the thumbs up, it should be like a live chat button that you hit. And that should show that should be the live chat replay. So it's like it should be right underneath the video. If you're looking at it from like your phone or something, it got the live chat option. And you just hit that live chat, and then it should replay the live chat exactly how it happened in real time. Oh, you say it ain't working? Oh, well, see, well then they just hate. Then hold up. I don't be playing my joints back, so I don't be knowing I don't know what be happening. If it ain't working, then they are hating. Yeah, they out here hating for sure. Which that wouldn't surprise me because they good for hating. Yeah, they good for hating, but yeah. Oh, y'all say it never worked? Oh, okay. Okay, wow. All right. That's what's up. That's what we on, man. Maybe I gotta tap into like a feature or something. I'm gonna tap in. Every you say one of the videos restricted for kids. Hold on. So now they playing with. I know good and well. Nah, hold on. See, now y'all done hit me to some things because I know good and well. I specifically don't be doing that. Oh, okay. So okay, all right. I got y'all, man. We gonna fix that because they tripping now. Cause yeah, we gonna fix that. Going forward, you should be able to see the live chat. We gonna tap in. We gonna fix that. See though, what you say? I ain't gonna even lie. I ain't gonna lie. Wait a minute. I ain't gonna lie. Even lie. Shit, I can't even. Can't even see out here. I got a bro that talks about the military and got vaccinated and started to only trust big pharma. I'm starting to keep my distance. I would definitely keep my distance. Forget all that. I mean, my pops was military, but this was way before, you know what I'm saying, pandemic and all of that. But no, that's dead. Only trusting big pharma is the part that I don't trust. I ain't got time for that. I ain't got time. I ain't got time for that at all. You know what I mean? Nope. We don't trust big pharma out here. Why should we? Michael, what you see, not to be in your business. If you have kids, would you make them become vegan or let them choose that lifestyle? Michael, the way I answer this question, perspective. So this is always funny. And this ain't, you know what I'm saying, we ain't going in on you nothing, Michael. I just find it funny that we always ask like the vegetarian and the vegan that, but nobody ever asks the meat eater that. And this is why I say that. Because I was raised to eat meat and I ain't really have no say so. You will find, because I know a lot of kids, like I had a niece, like a lot of them are naturally disgusted with meat. A lot of kids will not naturally gravitate towards meat. Like I said, my niece, she don't like she when she was growing up, she did not like meat. She would not put a lot of meat on her plate. She was disgusted with meat. They kind of made her, they was like, man, you need to put some meat on your plate because you need this, that, and the third, you need protein. So she was naturally gravitating away from meat. They made her put that meat on her plate. And this happens in most meat eating families. They make the kid eat whatever it is they cooking, so they are making the kid consume the meat. But we not asking questions there because we deem that as normal. We supposed to eat meat. So when you see a family and when you see the kids eat meat, nobody says, hey, did y'all make the kid eat meat or did they choose their lifestyle themselves? Most of the kids that are growing up eating meat, they didn't choose to eat meat. They did not choose to eat meat. They were made to eat that meat. I didn't choose to eat meat as a kid. My parents, I had to eat the meat. I had to eat the meat because that's what they were cooking. And that's what they told me I needed to eat. You know what I'm saying? So that, hey, the kids that are eating meat, they didn't choose that lifestyle. That lifestyle was forced upon them. So if you are a vegan or vegetarian couple, the same gonna apply. Your kids gonna eat what you eat. Unless they have some type of allergy to a food. The kids gonna eat what the parents cook, what the mother cook, what the father cooks. That's how that should go. Then when they get of age, they can do whatever it is they want to do. But as my pop said, he's not gonna let a child run the household. So we had to eat whatever was prepared. Why? That's incorrect 100%, especially as a child. Literally, babies, they force the food in, you know what I'm saying? Literally, open up, bow, like for real, like that's incorrect. See, people look at the word force and they have this negative perception of what it means to force something to happen. Again, if I'm growing up in a household and I'm 5 and I'm 4 and I'm 3 and they telling me that I got to eat these foods, and again, the first people that you trust in your life and that you look up to are your parents. So whatever it is that they are supplying you with, you trust in them. So it's bigger than consent when you are a 2-year-old, a 3-year-old, a 4-year-old, and you under somebody's roof. Man, you don't have much say so in that. You don't even know anything. So you listening to the people that's talking to you. You know what I'm saying? You listening to the people that's guiding you. So you listening to your parents at 4, you don't know anything about the dangers of meat. You don't know anything about the danger of dairy products. You know what I'm saying? So now you don't know anything about that. So this belief system is forced upon you, just like as a kid, you may be, and it was a study. Man, I don't know what book I just had that in. Man, it might have been this this Healing Self book, but they talked about a study, and they asked a question in regards to religious beliefs, and man, I forgot what the percentage was, but it was like 60 or 70%. No, it was political parties, it was voting, and they had asked people, they was like, why do you vote for the particular party that you vote for? 60 to 70% said, I vote for this because this is what my parents told me to vote for, or this is what my parents voted for. My parents Democrats, so I vote Democrat because of that. 60 is like 60 to 70%. You know what I'm saying? So this is what I'm talking about. A lot of these habits, a lot of these things that we do because that's how we was brought up. That's why it's so hard to break some of these cycles. So again, as a 3-year-old, man, yeah, you forced to eat whatever it. Are you finna starve at 3? No, like you finna have to eat whatever it is that's prepared for you. And then you 3, like you don't have much say so in that, man. Your mom's give you some food at 3 and put this plate in front of you, say, eat this food. Man, you're gonna have to eat that food. All day, most of our habits, if you analyze before you change the way that you was eating, if you did change the way that you eat, most of those habits stem from how you was raised. Stems from how you was raised. Like I said, man, I ain't had no say so with the meat eating and all that type of stuff, man. Nah. Like vegetable, for prime example. This is how we didn't have no say so. If you didn't eat your vegetables, man, you had to sit at the table. This is how the black family came up. If you didn't eat your vegetables, fam, you had to sit at that table until you ate them vegetables. Now, of course, you didn't bash the meat and everything else on the plate, but if you didn't eat those vegetables, you had to sit there. Man, we not trying to sit there, so we had to eat them vegetables. You wasn't finna waste. You got to eat the little small portion of vegetables that they gave us. You had to sit at that table until you ate them vegetables. And like a typical kid, we ate everything first. I'm finna eat this. I'm finna eat this meat. I'm finna eat the potato, whatever else is on this plate. You know what I'm saying? So but for the most part, the people that ate meat, we ain't had no say so in that. I know a lot of kids that naturally don't fool with meat, but it's y'all, you got to eat that. You got to drink this milk for the bones. Man, I done been around it. I done seen that. I done seen folks tell these kids, hey, you got to drink this milk because it's strong bones. You a growing child. You need this milk. Incorrect. And if the person that you trust the most in your life, your moms or your pops, you got a good relationship with them, you trust them, and they keep telling you this, you finna believe it. You're gonna be like, man, my moms wouldn't steer me in the wrong direction. My pops wouldn't steer me in the wrong direction. Whole while they just don't have the information. So they not intentionally doing it. They just don't know. It's ignorance. You know what I'm saying? Like they believe what they were taught to believe, and they are instilling that in you. Programming, conditioning. But I know a lot of kids just naturally not gravitating towards any meat. Man, that's death. Like a kid is not gonna naturally gravitate towards death for real. Like straight up. We finna go get a kid gonna gravitate towards that fruit because that fruit looks more appealing than that meat. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just what's gonna happen for the most part. See though, for sure. Hey, they always making jokes. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. I remember when I had, I'm playing college ball, then I went vegan. Obviously, you know what I'm saying? I lost some muscle mass. That was by design though. Muzz I heard thinking I'm sick. You know what I'm saying? I'm slimming up. I'm still strong. Back at that time I was running a lot. You know what I'm saying? So I'm feeling the best I ever felt. Oh man, you getting too skinny. Whole while they telling me I'm losing weight, which really I ain't lose that much. You know what I'm saying? But they was used to my football build. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't lose that many pounds. But whole while they telling me that they getting bigger. So I'm like, oh, okay. Y'all talking about me losing weight and y'all gaining it. But down south, they call that being healthy. Oh, you healthy when you're thick. Man, y'all better stop playing with me. When I was that swole, when I was that football weight that I was, man, I was very unhealthy. I felt bad. Felt terrible. felt terrible. You know what I'm saying? So nah, I was good. Once I slimmed down, felt way better. Felt way better. RG, it's a way to, man, I'm gonna have to do, because I'm running out of time, but I'm gonna have to do a whole breakdown. That's normal. See, when you transition to a healthier lifestyle, when you detox and you cleanse, because essentially that's what going vegan is doing. Initially, you detoxing and you cleansing. When you doing something like that, you're gonna feel worse before you feel better. You're gonna feel weaker before you feel stronger. When I first transitioned, I was sick for like 2 weeks. Man, I had diarrhea for like I was down bad. I was down bad for like a week, at least a week when I transitioned. I'm talking about I was sick, man. I was like, whoa. But I knew that was like the what they call the healing crisis. So that's normal. You know what I'm saying? So when you transition to the vegan lifestyle, when you make that type of transition and change in your life, it's normal to feel weak. It's normal to lack energy. It's normal to get sick. All of these things are normal in the beginning stages of the process. Doesn't mean that the vegan diet or regimen is bad for you. That means your body is cleansing itself. That's normal. Trust me, I was there. I was sick, down bad, out of commission when I made the transition. But you got to get that out your system. You're going to feel worse before you feel better when you transition. When you do any type of detox and cleanse, that's normal. Especially if you were eating real toxic before you made the transition. That is normal. You got to stick with it though. You got to stick with it. I had to stick with it. And ain't no turning back. Now, once you stick with it, then you're going to start learning and understanding the proper foods to consume to build your strength back up, to build your muscle. You know what I'm saying? To build your energy back up. But you got to get that, you got to get the toxins out your system. And that's what's happening when you get weak and low energy. All those toxins are leaving the body, and that's zapping all your energy. That's taking away all your energy, all your strength. But you got to go through that in order to come out right. What they say in all that, you got to go through hell in order to come out right. That's what's happening there. That's the healing crisis. So that's normal. So you got to stick with it though. Got to stick with that. Oh, Michael, nah, we on you can't never throw me off topic. Everything is on topic. Everything is on topic, fam. Everything. And Carlton, peace. What's up, by the way? I ain't even acknowledge you, my brother. See though, my goodness. Listen, the amount of fruits that people done tried to tell me to stay away from because they gonna put some weight on me. Listen, I don't even want to get started on that because man, listen, carbs make you fat. All I eat are carbs, fam. Now again, I'm not telling y'all to eat like me, but the whole notion, if you seriously want to believe that and I done broke down the bad carbs versus the good carbs. But man, my regimen is like 70 to 80% carbs. Do I look like I'm fat? Do I look like I'm obese? Oh, don't eat those bananas. The bananas will put weight on you. I eat bananas. I put bananas in my smoothies every day. I stay loaded up on bananas. Do I look like I'm obese? No. You know what I'm saying? So it's like people will quickly tell you to stay away from some fruits. Whole while they eating a bunch of garbage. Man, I'm like, y'all need to stop playing with me, man. Be bass and peace. Appreciate that. Yeah, waterfish. Man, listen, water. Most of the man, listen, like I say, most of the time you think you're hungry, you dehydrated, you need water. Super Daniil, peace, what's happening? But yeah, water, man, water right and exact. We stay loaded on the water for sure. And then people don't understand this though. People don't understand this. Like my water is up, and I might not literally drink a lot of water, But fruits contain, like fruits, spinach, all that type of stuff, they contain a lot of water. So you might not drink a lot of water, but if you consume in a proper amount of fruits and veggies, you still getting that water. That water intake gonna be high. Like my water is pretty high. My water is pretty high, but I don't necessarily drink a lot. I mean, I drink it. I drink enough of it as far as like the actual water itself. But I'm always consuming fruits and veggies and things like that got a lot of water in them. High water fruits and veggies. You know, man, look up the water in spinach. The problem is that spinach. Just look up the water content in spinach, man. Just look it up. Just look it up. Then ask yourself why you're not consuming more spinach. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's an easy way to get water in too without you having to consciously try to focus on drinking all this water. Like, look at that. Spinach is made up of around 93% water, and it's good for hydration. I put spinach stay in my smoothies. 93% water. That's an easy way to get that hydration in, man. So if you find it difficult to just be drinking water throughout the day, man, consume these vegetables, consume them fruits. You still getting that water in. RG, man, I'm so far from low carbs, it ain't even funny. You know what I'm saying? I'm so far from low carbs, and I don't even, you know what I'm saying? I'm so far from that lifestyle, it's crazy. Like, it's crazy. I'm so far from low carbs, it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? I keep the carbs hot, 60 to 80%. You know what I mean? But again, like I said, it's the good carbs. Those the carbs that we focus on, them good carbs, them complex carbs. You consuming them carbs, you good to roll. But y'all, man, I done definitely went beyond the time I thought, you know what I'm saying? But we got the building on everything, but it's all good though. It's all good in the hood, man. But I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate y'all tapping in. Appreciate the cash outs, donations, comments, all that good stuff, man. This was a peaceful build, as always, man. So I appreciate y'all, but I'm gonna let y'all enjoy the rest of this Sunday, though. You know, I'm gonna let y'all enjoy this Sunday. I ain't finna go too hard, man. I ain't about to ruin y'all Sunday more with this health information. You know what I'm saying? But I appreciate y'all for sure, man. Y'all enjoy the rest of this Sunday. I'm gonna try to tap in with y'all tomorrow. If not tomorrow, definitely Tuesday. But y'all be easy out here. I'm out. Peace.